For nearly 50 years, I have watched public infrastructure decisions being made. I have watched roads built, storm drain systems expanded, water systems upgraded, communities protected. And during those years, I learned something important. The greatest infrastructure risk is often not the pipe, not the bridge, not the roadway, not the treatment plant. The greatest risk is what happens when knowledge disappears. Today, public agencies across America are experiencing a generational transition unlike anything we have seen in decades. Experienced professionals are retiring. New professionals are stepping into leadership roles earlier. And public procurement systems are becoming more structured, more transparent, and more accountable. At first glance, that sounds like a story about age, but it is not. It is a story about how decisions are made. For many years, infrastructure decisions relied heavily on institutional memory. Experienced engineers understood context. They remembered previous projects. They understood why decisions had been made. They knew which risks mattered. Much of that knowledge lived inside people. Today, modern procurement systems are changing that. Weighted criteria, evaluation matrices, scoring systems, documentation requirements, audit trails, protest defensibility. These systems are designed to improve fairness and transparency, and in many ways, they succeed. But they also create a new challenge. Knowledge that once lived in experience must now be translated into evidence. Experience still matters, perhaps more than ever, but experience must now be visible, understandable, defensible, and transferable. This is not a criticism of younger professionals. In fact, it is an opportunity. Many emerging leaders are highly capable, highly educated, highly motivated. The challenge is not capability. The challenge is knowledge transfer. How do we ensure that decades of professional judgment are not lost during transition? How do we preserve institutional intelligence? How do we help future leaders avoid learning every lesson the hard way? This matters because infrastructure is ultimately about public trust. Every procurement decision, every project, every capital program, every maintenance investment represents a promise to the public. A promise that resources will be used wisely. A promise that risks will be managed responsibly. A promise that future generations will inherit systems that work. The public rarely sees the evaluation panel, the score sheets, the deliberations, but they live with the consequences. I believe the future belongs to organizations that combine the best of both worlds, the energy and innovation of emerging professionals, the wisdom and judgment of experienced leaders, the transparency of modern procurement, the institutional intelligence built through decades of service. This is not about preserving the past. It is about strengthening the future. Because the real question is not whether the next generation is ready. The real question is whether we have done enough to prepare them. The future of public works will not be determined by what we build. It will be determined by what we teach, and by what knowledge we choose to preserve. I'm Raymond U. Acuna, PE, and this is the Public Works Edge.